Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Hit the Bid here on April 19th. This is Ty Robbie here through Week 16 Market Watch. Today we're going to run through these charts and see what happened in the markets over the last week and see what we need to be ready for as we move into Week 16. So let's jump in and get started. First on the board today, we got our June live cattle. Did see nice back and forth action here in this cattle market. Prices seen a nice early push into some new all-time highs, printing at 252 here for this June live contract. This market did just get a little bit extended here, though. We have had about 3 weeks of straight upside here ever since that breakout above 236.5. This thing has been pretty one-sided. This market rallying all the way up into those new all-time highs there, but just getting a little bit overdone, a little overbought here, and need to pull back to cool off from this extended territory up here. We did see that pullback getting underway here on Thursday. Some profit taking from the bulls here got this market moving lower, and that also spilled over into Friday's session as well. We did see a pretty fierce drop-off there early on Friday. Nice sharp break there right before the 9 o'clock hour Mountain Time, slipping all the way back down there, getting a nice bounce off that 20-day average there. In the face of that fierce sell-off, we did see those buyers offering good support, rallying all the way back up there to the 247, 248 area, showing a good response from them that the buyers are still alive and well and going to be offering good support to this market. But with this wide range here we saw on Friday and a little bit of increased volatility, we'd like to see this thing stabilize a little bit more, tighten up here before offering some good points to trade around. We continue to see good support, though, like we saw there late on Friday, and we expect to see that trend continue. If this market needs to pull back deeper down here below Friday's low, we do have plenty of support all the way down towards that 50-day average. These prior highs should act as good support here as well, so we got plenty of opportunities for dip buying here if we need it, but at the moment that response late on Friday is looking like these bulls are going to try and get this market turning back up here in a hurry. We'd like to see this thing kind of balance out here inside Friday's range, stabilize and tighten up, offering some good low-risk points to trade around. However, with that nice response from those buyers, we need to keep our eye on Friday's high there at 248.37. If we get some early bids above Friday's high, should see a pretty quick snap back here to last week's point of control. This high volume node up there at 251.30 is going to act as a magnet, pull price right back to it. Then we got these equal highs up here at 252 from last week. Should offer a pretty good breakout point once we get pulled back up to this area. Another breakout there with bids above 252 should see a pretty nice rally here and push up here into some new all-time highs. So we expect to see this uptrend remains intact, and we expect to see more buyer support here in the week ahead. Look for the bulls to try and stabilize this market, tighten up here, and turn this thing back up. But early bids above 248.37 here should get that upside coming sooner than later. So look for this thing to turn back up towards those all-time highs and keep this uptrend rolling. The buyers are in charge here, and we continue to see good support. Look for higher cattle prices here as we move into the end of the month. Next up, we got our May feeders on the board. Similar story here in this feeder market. Prices seeing a nice start there the week on Monday and Tuesday's action, rallying up there into some new all-time highs, printing at 377.50 for this May feeder contract. This pullback did get underway a little bit quicker here in this feeder market. Wednesday's action breaking down below that prior day low after seeing kind of some good pushback off of those all-time highs. Once again, the uptrend still remains intact here, and this market should continue to find good support. Just seeing a little bit extended territory here, a little bit overbought, and this market just need to cool off a little bit, pick up some leftover buyers here at some supportive points. We saw good, similar to that live cattle market, we did see a pretty sharp break there early on Friday, losing about $11 here in less than 20 minutes. However, those buyers stepping in, offering good support here as well, rallying back up there to finish the week at 365. We should expect to see, we got some wide ranges here, so we should see this market try and stabilize here inside Friday's range. Continue to expect more support here anywhere in our major moving average here between the 20 and 50. Bulls need to defend 357.85 here. If we get a breakdown and close below Friday, that could kind of push us back down here towards 350, but we don't really expect to worry about that much. We should see this market kind of stabilize inside Friday's range. We want to see this thing kind of tighten up and offer some good low-risk points to trade around. But like that live cattle market here, we could see some pretty impressive strength like we saw late on Friday. So keep your eye on 369.25. Friday's high is going to be our bull pivot for the week here for this May feeder contract. Any bids here early next week above that point should get this market snapping right back up here to those all-time highs. And then the bulls are going to have their sights set on $4. So look for this thing to gather some more support here in the week ahead. Buyers are going to try and get this market stabilized and take another run back to those all-time highs. The uptrend remains intact here, and we should see these feeder prices continue to climb. One note here that we're going to keep an eye on. This market does have pretty equal volume here, split between this May and August feeder contract. So we should be seeing rollovers start to take place over into this August contract here sometime in the week ahead, maybe next. But that'll be something we'll continue to monitor here, as we are going to start to need to roll over into August here sooner than later. So keep an eye on that. We'll continue to monitor volume here in the week ahead, but we should see a rollover start to take place. And we expect to see this cattle market continue this uptrend. Nice support here late Friday. We want to see good stabilizing action here early in the week and get this market turning higher. Watch Friday's high for the breakout points, and we should see both live and feeder markets continue with this uptrend and start pushing back towards those all-time highs. Next up, we got our corn futures on the board. Similar to that feeder market, we are starting to see pretty equally split volume here between this May and July corn contract. We'll keep an eye on July here, as this will be the new front month going forward, but we should see pretty equal volume here early this week, and this market start to roll over into July there. So we're going to focus on this one here as we move into week 16. Last week we did see this market just kind of balancing out down here near $4.50. This thing was tightening up here in a multi-day range here before seeing that nice push back to those major moving averages there in the middle of the week. However, this corn market continues just to see more choppy, directionless action, kind of stabilizing back here inside this prior range we saw late in 2025. Good support down there at $4.50 last week, and we should see this thing kind of stay pretty close here to $4.50 to $4.70. These are going to be our ranges. Look for selling pressure here if we get back up here towards $4.70, and look for more support here at $4.50. Any sort of close beyond either edge of this range should lead a directional move, but this corn market seems pretty comfortable here, and we don't expect to see it go start making any sudden moves. We expect to see this choppy action here in the $4.50 range continue here as we move into week 16. Next up, crude oil market on the board. We did get some nice downside here in this crude oil market as the Iran situation is drawing to a close. Whether or not the media wants you to believe that, the markets are saying this thing is moving lower. We do continue to see some headlines popping out here, which could cause some short-term, near-term volatility. Wouldn't be surprised to see a little bit of a pop here early back towards $90 or even above it here as we open up here in about an hour on the Sunday futures open. Wouldn't be surprised to see a little pop there just regarding that news, but we continue to expect this to be a sell the news environment. This market continuing to see some wide ranges and increased volatility here, but looking like the upside here is about run its course. This crude oil market selling off here early last week, trying to stabilize there, and then I've seen that breakdown late on Friday with that close down there below that 50-day average around $84. We should see more downside. Like I said, wouldn't be surprised to see a little bit of a pop here early. But like I said, the sell the news is kind of the theme we're going to be seeing here going forward. This market technically is showing that the situation is resolving itself, and we should see these crude oil prices try and stabilize and come back down here towards the $80 range. Next up, we got our equity indexes on the board. Pretty impressive rally last week. This market opening up with a gap lower on that Sunday night open last week inside that follow-through day range here from the 8th of April. Good support early there right off that Sunday night open, and just straight upside here last week as we rallied all the way back into some new all-time highs. 5 straight green days in a row here. Not a whole lot else to be said. People are throwing money back into this market, and there's a lot of strength out there. And with our indexes closing up there at some all-time highs, we expect to see more upside to continue. This market has gotten a little bit extended here. This pullback that took a couple months to unravel resolved itself and pushed us back into new all-time highs in about 12 to 15 trading days here. So pretty impressive strength there. Can't deny that. We expect to see more support here. Like I said, though, with that crude oil market, a little bit of news or headlines coming out could cause some near-term volatility, but opposite of that crude market, this should be kind of a fade the news situation here as well. If we do see some early downside off this Sunday night futures open or early in the week, we should see good buyer support and this market continue to rally into those all-time highs. Now is a good environment to start putting money back to work if you haven't already. We should see continued upside here across these indexes. The Nasdaq and the S&P definitely leading the bunch here, while the Dow continues to struggle. But we did see a nice strong push there on the Dow here on Friday. We are just about 1,000 points off of those all-time highs here, so we should see the Dow try and play catch-up here in the week ahead. Look for the stock market to continue to rally. Each of our indexes showing good strength here, and we should see more of that here in the week ahead. So look for the buyers to continue to keep driving this market up. If we are getting a little bit extended, we should see this thing kind of balance out or get a pullback underway. But in the event of that, we should see good buyer support. Keep looking for deals out there, and we should see this market continue to rally here. Now is a good time to put money back to work and keep this market moving higher. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in here tonight. We will catch you guys tomorrow for closing comments. Thank you, and have a good night.